We try to throw up the barricades. I don't blame us. What if that happened in the hallway? And it might. If we know where we're going. What truth comes in such a direct message it should trouble our sleep? Listen. We want to ask, what is God's will? Who knows? This text says, listen. Do what he tells you. Nothing obscure about that. And that's the difficulty. That's what we want to get away from. Oh, it is so absolutely transparently clear. We want to escape. We should get our running shoes on and get down that mountain as fast as our feet will take us, because his transfiguration changes everything about where we think we're going. And here's the great revelation from Luther. It is a terrible thing to know that God has a right and left hand. There is the mercy, there is the love, there is the justice, there is the anger. There are aspects of being in the presence of God when we have to admit we know we're not alone. God helps. That's what's clear on the mountain. We are not alone. There is no escaping. No matter where you think you're going, you're not going to go alone. Didn't the psalmist remind us? Whither shall I go from your spirit? Where shall I flee from your presence? You want to go to hell? God is there. You want to go to the wings of the morning and take the uttermost parts of the city? Even there, we are not alone. That transfiguring knowledge should terrify and console us. If I say, let darkness cover me, well, bright as day, whiter than white, light beyond light. There's no escaping. That's a consolation. That's a terror. Wherever it is you're going, you're not going to be able to go alone. And so, as a consolation and a terror, I'll tell you a story. Now, this is probably an urban legend, or maybe it's a rural myth, I don't know. It keeps popping up on websites, and there are those who swear they know the man, or at least his first cousin. But if you ever look at the statistics on what happens to state troopers when they try to stop to help those who have been stranded on the way because of ice or snow, I don't blame them if this story got created, because they end up being assaulted or run over by other motorists or sworn at or taken advantage of, and still they stop for those who are stranded. But herein lies the point of this text. In the United States, there is a policy that you must check on any stalled vehicle on the highway when the temperatures drop single digits or below. So at 3 a.m., one very cold morning, Montana State Trooper Alan Nixon, they even give his number, responded to a call that there was a car off the shoulder of the road outside of Great Falls, Montana. And he located the car. It was stuck in the deep snow, and the engine was still running. So the trooper walks down over the edge to the driver's door, and he sees through the window that there's an older man in there beside the wheel, and he's passed out, and the vodka bottle on the seat beside is kind of evidence of why. So he's there, he knocks on the window, the driver comes awake when he knocks, and he sees the rotating lights in his rear view mirror, and he sees the state trooper standing right next to his car, and panics. He shifts the gears into drive, and he hits the gas. And he goes 20 miles an hour according to his speedometer, and then 30, and then 40, and he hits 50, and of course he's not moving an inch. He's stuck in the drift. The tires and the speedometer are going crazy. Now, this trooper, in the middle of a cold morning, dealing with somebody who was drunk, had mercifully a sense of humor. Seeing what was happening, he decided to help the man out. And so he starts running. Keeping up, 20, 30, 40, he hits 50, not breaking a sweat. And when this nonsense had gone on for about 30 seconds, he then says, "Pull over!" Whereupon the driver turns loose the wheel, turns off the car, and puts on the brake. And of course is promptly arrested. So where do you think you're going? And how fast do you think you're traveling? And are you going to know when you hit the snowdrift? Probably not. The gift is, all you're going to need to do is to listen when you're told, pull over. Pull over. Slow down. For better, for worse. For richer, for poorer. In sickness and in health. Drunk or sober. We are not alone. God, through Christ, is with us.